Morning, Moonshine Ranchers. Hope everybody had a wonderful week. I am trying to go to do this from Maggie and Abe's side, so we'll see how long the feed lasts here. But first off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been sharing our posts about, obviously we were highlighting Abe this week. In an effort to find him his forever home. Keep up the great work. We've gotten lots of exposure. Hopefully we will get some interest soon. I will be posting some video of him if this weather breaks, hopefully tomorrow, so you guys can see him move around a little bit, and maybe it will pique some more interest. As you can see, Magpie is enjoying her breakfast, and she's doing really well. She's a muddy mess just like everybody else. There's Abby in the middle eating his breakfast with Roni. Hi Karen, morning. And as you can see, Roni and Abe spend a lot of time together when it's feeding time. The main reason for that is that big guy over there in the back, Charlie, he's alpha, and he likes to kind of move Roni around, so his safety spot is right next to Abe. Maggie is the freelancer. Charlie leaves her alone, so she can go wherever she wants to eat. A lot of times she just goes and stands by Charlie and eats her meal. And on cue, Charlie starts moving people around. So they'll rotate around. Abe is allowed to eat with Charlie, but Roni is not. The reason for that is that Roni at one time was alpha. It took Maggie coming for Charlie to take over the herd, and once Charlie took over, he has not relinquished. So, I could talk all day about herd dynamics. You guys have heard that before. I'm totally fascinated with it, and it's just, it's a passion of mine. I like to just come out here and watch them and see how they interact, because honestly, it helps with training. If you watch horses on how they move each other, if you just saw that interaction, Charlie never touched Abe or Roni. It was only by his intention was how he moved him. And that is similar to what you do in training. You move with an intention, and then if the intention does not work, then you move with a touch. And obviously for horses, a touch is a nudge at first, and then it usually is followed by a bite. So it's very interesting to me, and it helps with when I'm working with the horses. You can also figure out how much of a touch you do need to give each of the horses. If you noticed, Roni didn't take very much of a touch at all. Actually, it took very little of a move from Charlie for Roni to move, and that's because he is a very sensitive horse. When I'm working with him, I do not have to do very much to get him to move, and if you do give a little bit too much, he's going to give you a whole heck of a lot more energy than you probably wanted. But as you could see with Abe, it took Charlie to come over and nudge him to get him to move. And that is Abe's personality. Abe's personality is, I'll move when I want to move unless you put pressure on me, and then I will move. And he doesn't take a lot of pressure. He just takes enough that he believes in what you're asking. So you kind of have to persuade him and convince him that, yeah, moving is a good idea or stopping is a good idea. And once you get him on the same page, he is a wonderful partner. Maggie is much like Roni in that she is very sensitive as well. She does not take very much to move, either out of the way or if you're steering her. She has a very, very, very light mouth that you only have to barely touch her mouth when you are riding her, and she will do what you are asking. When you use too much pressure on her, she doesn't like it, and the conversation turns into not one of understanding, but she starts to block you out and won't listen. So if you're interested in Maggie, keep that in mind. You can't be heavy-handed with her. You need a very, very, very light touch, be it to her mouth, be it to her side. But she's a wonderful, wonderful horse that is very, very well trained, and she's a magnificent partner. So as you can see, everybody's happily munching away. So we're going to continue on with our drive for 5 until the end of June. It is my goal to have all 5 of our guys adopted out. And, you know, when you adopt one of our horses, you actually are saving 2, because then you open up a spot for us to help another horse. So I hope that you would consider coming down and meeting our horses and see if there's a connection there. On that front, I know that a lot of people have seen that we are doing one-on-one time with our horses. You guys asked, and I decided that we would give it a shot this summer. So small groups, no more than 4 people at a time, are able to come to the rescue. Usually on a Saturday or a Sunday right now. I don't have my summer schedule. You guys all know I have a full-time job. So I haven't set my summer schedule yet to maybe open it up during the week if that's better for some people. But on the weekends, you can come in for 2 hours and spend some quality one-on-one time with the horses. You'll be able to brush them, and you will be able to pet them. They will be taken out into our training area where you guys will be able to work with them. And then I will teach you how to ground drive. And for those that don't know what ground driving is, that is the precursor to actually driving a cart. So with ground driving, you learn how to steer. Importantly, you learn how to stop, and you learn how to go. And it's really the basics. And like I said, the foundation of learning to drive. And it's actually a whole lot of fun. Sometimes I don't even hook my Charlie up to the cart. We just go walking around ground driving because honestly, it's great exercise, and I think it's really, you get a better feel of what the horse is doing and what the horse is thinking when you're walking behind them, because you get a sense of their body better. At least I do. Not all people do, but just from my experience. So you can go ahead and sign up for our unique draft experience. We have it listed on our Facebook page. It's also on Airbnb. It's actually an Airbnb social experience. You can see the full calendar that I have up there right now. It's not only the 2 dates that I have listed on Facebook. I actually have it put out for June and July. So if you guys are interested, go ahead, please sign up. We'd love to have you, and hopefully you'll make a love connection with one of our guys, and maybe you'll consider adopting. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Keep up the great work of sharing our posts about our guys, and hopefully all together we can get some of our guys adopted. Have a great weekend, guys. Talk to you later.